Hello, welcome to AIN, the Alternative Investor Network. You're on Thrive and we're talking property investment. We are delving into the next property investment strategy and we're looking at student accommodation. So how comfortable and familiar are you with student accommodation? Have you ever heard about it? Not? Great, let's quickly delve into it. Student accommodation, just like short-term rentals, are actually one of the avenues that you can start making money quite soon. All right. What we need to understand is with students, it's a different ballgame altogether. We need to understand that there are some risks and rewards, as with any of the property investment strategies. But we need to understand that if you run it right as a business, you will definitely make some money. We have someone in our network that's making a profit of about 9,000 Rand, and she only started it like 2 months ago, which is fantastic. All right, but we need to know that students are unpredictable. All right, they are mummy and daddy's little neuroscientist or neurosurgeon, but they over weekends they behave like animals sometimes. All right, so let's get to a point where we understand what it is all about. Good. Student accommodation tips. We have asked some of our members that specialize in student accommodation, what are the things that you need to keep in mind when you're looking at student accommodation as a property investment strategy? All right, so NSFAS over private. So do you know what NSFAS is? It's like a bursary from the government for students that want to study. Then they can access NSFAS funding for themselves. Their study means their studies are covered and also their living and housing situation or accommodation. All right, so the only thing with NSFAS is they are sometimes not paying on time. All right, so currently, this is now 2025. We had someone in the beginning of the year that should have received their money at February, March, and they haven't received it by the end of May. All right, so we need to understand that there will be some delays, and are you able to buffer yourself when it comes to these type of scenarios? All right, or are you preferring that mummy and daddy pay for their child to stay in your student accommodation home? All right, so those are the things that we need to understand. Okay, when it comes to demand and location, remember that NSFAS requires for you, if you want to go the NSFAS route, you need to be less than 3 kilometers from the tertiary institution. If you are not, you need to arrange a shuttle service. All right, we need to understand that there are some technicalities involved when it comes to NSFAS funding, which is actually quite good to have, but also making sure that you keep private in mind as well, because you don't want to put all your eggs just in one bed, all right, or basket for that matter. Okay, location is really important, making sure that when students do need to walk even from the tertiary to their house or the property, that they will be able to do so safely. All right, how would you control student accommodation? We know that sometimes things can get out of hand. If they have a social gathering and a window is broken, how is it going to get replaced? Who's reporting it? How is it being monitored? So control is really, really important. Also, we need to understand that Wi-Fi and access to technology is one of the key things that we need to understand. Wi-Fi primarily is the biggest thing because they need to study, do research and so forth. All right. Security, because they need to be safe, but also the management of it. Are you going to employ someone to be the manager of the house? Are you going to get a managing agent? How are you going to structure your property investment strategy as student accommodation? All right. Let's look at a case study, shall we? All right, when we look at case studies, like this is one of the prime case studies that we are looking at. Okay, in this case, this is a property close to Wits, all right? The purchase price was 2.8 million. The registration costs were 186,000. So the funding structure was this. They only managed to secure an 80% loan to value. All right, this meant 2.24 million. All right, the seller financed it by 12.5%, 350,000. They gave discount and they wanted to have a share of the profits in a month. Okay. They managed to raise their own finance about 210,000. So all in all, the rental income for this specific property is 66,750. After everything is paid, the net cash flow is 28,750, which is remarkable. All right, so it's about a net profit per annum of about 211,000 with a return on investment of 53%, which is beautiful. This is the ideal case scenario. So they managed to turn a 3-bedroom house into 11 rooms with 15 beds. You can't see it because it's behind my picture here, but Bed capacity, 15 beds. All right. And remember, the going rate for a bed in Gauteng is about 4,000 Rand. Okay. Remember, we're not talking rooms, we're talking beds. All right. In Cape Town, we're looking at 10,000 Rand because Cape Town is just so super expensive. Okay. So what we need to understand is what they did was they managed to divide some of these rooms into two, all right? And also, like, they've got a large bedroom, dining room and a large lounge. So they just said, okay, they just need one neutral entertainment space. So they took the dining room and they made it into 2 rooms again. And there were some outbuildings as well, where they managed to turn it into 11 rooms in total. What we need to understand also is that there need to be some special permission by the city council that need to be obtained for something like this, specifically converting a home into student accommodation. So that is crucial that we need to keep in mind. So when you talk to a town planner, they will be able to advise you on the special consent that you need to get. All right. But people, if you can get 28,000 Rand on the sideline as an income, how would that change your reality? This is something that can really make you $1 or $2 in a month that is worthwhile to explore. All right. Also, we will do a deep dive into student housing, student accommodation in our Property Activator program. So please make sure that you sign up at the end of the day, at the end of our modules here. We have a cost breakdown of the course structure, the fees, and also the modules that you are going to work through. All right. It's important once again to understand that you are the person that need to make it happen. You are the person that's investing in yourself. Remember, it's not selfish to invest in yourself. It's almost like an airplane oxygen situation. You put on your mask first. The moment you are fine, you will be able to help the person next to you. In this case, it could be your friends, your family, or your children, getting them through school. All right. So let's stay tuned and let's talk about another property investment strategy or component that you need to have right and ready in order for you to succeed as a property investor.